Today, we dive into a pivotal moment in American legal history, Plessy v. Ferguson. This 1896 Supreme Court case established the doctrine of separate but equal. Dr. Smith, could you walk us through the essence of this ruling?
Certainly, the Plessy v. Ferguson decision upheld state laws mandating racial segregation, provided facilities for blacks and whites were equal. Justice Henry Billings Brown argued that the 14th Amendment ensured political, not social equality.
It's fascinating, but isn't it problematic to assume separate can be equal? Justice John Marshall Harlan dissented, stating the Constitution should be colorblind. How did this ruling affect racial relations in the U.S.?
Harlan foresaw the ruling as perpetuating racial prejudice, likening it to a caste system. This decision legitimized Jim Crow laws impacting public facilities and education across the South, embedding inequality deeply in society.
And yet, a glimmer of hope emerged as some black scholars were sent to elite universities due to segregation. Could this be seen as an unintended beneficial consequence?
While some benefited, it was a silver lining to a dark cloud. The broader reality was exclusion and inequality. The long-term solution lay in dismantling such systems, as seen later with Brown v. Board of Education.
Fast forward to 1954, and Brown v. Board of Education arrives to overturn separate but equal. What was Thurgood Marshall's role in this landmark case, Dr. Smith?
Thurgood Marshall, a brilliant strategist, helped consolidate several cases under Brown, arguing that segregation in public schools was inherently unequal. The Supreme Court's unanimous decision mandated desegregation with all deliberate speed.
However, all deliberate speed often led to deliberate delays. Can you elaborate on how Southern states responded to this mandate?
Indeed, many Southern states employed tactics to stall desegregation, citing logistical challenges. This resistance highlighted the need for federal intervention and further civil rights activism to enforce meaningful change.
In a way, this sparked momentum for the civil rights movement. How did this case influence subsequent civil rights actions?
Brown v. Board was a catalyst, empowering activists to challenge segregation across various spheres. It paved the way for the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which sought to eliminate discrimination more comprehensively.
Interestingly, there's an ongoing debate with some advocating for a return to segregation. They argue it provided better conditions for black communities. What are your thoughts on this, Dr. Smith?
This perspective often romanticizes segregation, ignoring the systemic oppression it entailed. Yes, some black businesses thrived out of necessity, but the broader context was one of inequality and limited opportunity.
Countering this, some suggest that creating separate spaces for black communities could foster autonomy and self-reliance today. Is there merit to this argument?
While autonomy is crucial, isolation isn't the solution. History shows that integration, though challenging, offers access to broader resources and opportunities. True progress lies in equitable inclusion, not separation.
And as America diversifies, the notion of a racial majority is becoming obsolete. How should this demographic shift influence our approach to racial equity?
Recognizing our pluralistic society is key. Policies should reflect this diversity, promoting equality and fairness, ensuring everyone, regardless of background, has the chance to succeed based on merit and potential.
Dr. Smith, there's much discussion on equity versus equality in today's context. Could you clarify these terms and their implications for racial justice?
Equity involves fairness and justice, addressing systemic imbalances. Equality ensures everyone gets the same resources. The challenge lies in recognizing that equal treatment isn't always fair when starting points differ.
Critics argue that focusing on equity leads to lower standards and quotas. How do we balance these concerns with the need for inclusivity? As we move forward, how can we ensure that policies cater to both equity and equality effectively?
Future policies must be data-driven and adaptable, addressing root causes of inequality. By fostering education, economic empowerment, and community engagement, we can build a more inclusive society.